I'd better warn you right now, this is going to be a recurring trend in this LP where I try to go for optional stuff as soon as it becomes available. That's what I like to do in Zelda games. So, better get used to it because you're going to be seeing a lot of it. Thankfully, well, while there's going to be a lot of running around aimlessly, I'm at least going to be kind enough to cut off those parts where I'm just, going somewhere. I don't want to have you sit through all that crap. Anyway, we're gonna dodge those Deku Babas here, seeing how they drop Deku sticks, and we're already full of them. By the way, this is where you're supposed to get Deku sticks first, but since I bought the upgrade, there's no need for it. Anyway, we finally made it to the great Deku Tree, who sometimes speaks in Old English, and sometimes not. I mean, Frog did a better job of it in Chrono Trigger, and yes, I know the Old English was removed in the DS version, but at least within the same version, he stayed consistent, at least. But anyway, evil, vile, nightmares, clearly we're getting the vibes that something evil is afoot. But, yeah, basically the Deku Tree's been cursed, and we're gonna need to break the curse. And to do that, we're going to enter the first dungeon of the game. And yeah, those yes or no choices, this game absolutely loves them. To such an extent that when you think of that kind of choices where you really have no choice anyway, Ocarina of Time's become the most popular target for bashing this particular aspect of the game. And there's one scene later in the game that's infamous for pulling that crap over and over. So we're heading into the Deku Tree, which is the first dungeon of the game, as I've said before, though, in my opinion, it's more of a glorified giant tutorial, if you ask me. So, let's get started, please. Thank you. So, now we got some Deku Babas, and those aren't quite the same as those that are outside because their AI is slightly different, and those drop Deku Nuts. Deku Nuts are completely worthless. I'm gonna equip them anyway, but they are worthless in this game. They're like flash grenades that stun nearby enemies, but I never, ever use them. I'm probably never gonna use one. Oh, shut up, Navi! You can climb on vines on the wall! I know! But, yeah, I can go the entire game without using even one of these. They're a lot more useful in Majora's Mask, though. However, this isn't Majora's Mask. Okay, I'm just gonna kill it. This one drops a Deku stick. Okay, don't really need it. And let's see if I can pull this off. No, it doesn't seem to want to work. Anyway, let's humor her by listening to what she has to say, even though we know you can see down below this web using first-person view. By the way, the C buttons on this playthrough are being mapped to the right control stick, so that means I'm going to be using that to use items. So sometimes mistakes may happen where I pull off the wrong item. So I apologize if that's the case, but there are no real PC controllers that aren't really expensive that have 6 buttons on the front like the N64 did. Anyway, we're about to get the dungeon map, so we don't get lost in this tiny and easy-to-complete dungeon. Anyway, what I was trying to do down there was that I was trying to get Navi to spaz off like, hey, 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 hey! I managed to do it once, and it was really, really funny, though sadly I couldn't really get it to work this time. Oh, shut up, Navi! I know how to open a door! God, I swear, this fairy. We gained this really cool arsenal over the course of the game, yet we're never able to do away with her. Even the almighty fire spell doesn't do anything. Anyway, we've already beaten one of these before, so yeah. It's not really something new here. He's going to give us a hint that may be rather interesting for those who've never played a 3D Zelda before, where you can keep up on the control stick, and if you fall from a semi-high place, you're going to roll and not take any damage, but of course, it's not going to work if you're jumping from really, really high, as he just said. So in this room, we're going to obtain the treasure of the dungeon. If you've never played a Zelda game before, in every dungeon there's always a weapon or some other item that you're going to use a lot throughout that dungeon and throughout the rest of the game. And in this dungeon, it's the slingshot, which allows us to attack enemies from further away than the little butter knife will allow us to. Sadly, it does take ammo. Ammo is Deku Seeds for the slingshot. And yeah, we got Deku Seeds, Deku Nuts, and Deku Sticks. How did they not know what they were doing? Anyway, let's equip the slingshot. Oh, we're gonna grab it real quick because we're gonna shoot at this ladder, and it's gonna... No! I said shoot! Thank you! Okay, I wonder how just shooting a seed at a ladder is gonna make it fall down, but hey, Nintendo logic. This game is full of it, as you would expect. Now, what's up there? We got a recovery heart, which didn't matter at all because my life energy was already full. So, let's get down there. I'm just gonna cut this grass real quick, just in case there are rupees in there. We're going to be spending a lot of rupees throughout the game, and they're a lot less common than in games like Wind Waker or Twilight Princess, so better start collecting lots of them right now while we still can, so we don't have to grind for them later. Anyway, we're gonna head back to where we got the dungeon map, because as you probably noticed, there were some vines we could climb. However, there were skulltulas on those vines, so we're gonna take those out with our slingshot now that we can actually kill them. And, yeah, there are 3 of them. The third one can't be aimed at by Z targeting. I was about to say L targeting. You really need to do it manually for this one. So we gotta aim precisely at it, shoot, and alright. Didn't waste too many C's reaching out for that one, despite my controller's limitations. I really should look into ways to make this less of a pain. Anyway, now we're on the uppermost floor of the Deku Tree. Now we're just gonna fall down on this platform once I'm sure I'm just not gonna fall back down there. And now we're gonna head into this room, which, as I remember, is going to give us the compass and also introduce us to the game's main side quest. So first things first, let's hurry over there and get the compass before time runs out. Ignore the Deku Baba because I'm already full of Deku Sticks. And is it the compass? I hope it is. Yep, it's the compass, I remembered. And just so you know, I'm not Chugga Conroy in that I don't remember what's in every single chest in every single game. So, okay, this one. Oh, come on! Jeez! It hit me twice! See? This is the nasty thing about the butter knife. You're supposed to be up in your opponent's face, but sometimes you're gonna get hit by doing that. Anyway, let's head over to this alcove over there. And oh, come on! Oh, man, what a waste. Anyway, this is a gold skulltula. It has 2 HP, and it drops a token. There are 100 of them throughout the game, and we're going to have to hunt down and kill every last one of them. But it's okay since we get pretty cool rewards for it. And now we're just gonna... Wow, fighting this skulltula is really awkward because it just kept... it just kept going up and down rhythmically, and... well, okay, now this is what Deku Sticks are for. You want to pull them out, light them on fire, then light something else on fire, and put the seed away, put the stick away, sorry, before it burns and you lose it permanently. As you can see, we still have 20, which means that we succeeded in putting it away quickly enough. So let's kill that skulltula, then use this platform as sort of a diving board to get through the spider web on the floor. Can we do it on the first try? Yep, we did it! So now we're in the basement of the Deku Tree, and there's that Deku Baba here, which is, yeah, hopefully we're gonna fill up our Deku Nut reserve. And there are 2 gold skulltulas in this room. So as you can hear, there's that little sorry, it's just such an undescribable sound. There's one right there. I'm just gonna press this switch before, since, well, it doesn't hurt. And let's go. Let's kill that thing with the slingshot, obviously. I could try and kill it with a jump attack, but then I'd get hit, and they do a full heart worth of damage. So you don't want to take any chances with those guys at this stage of the game. So that's one gold Skulltula. So now, where is the other one? Okay, I can hear it. Is it on the... No. It's not on there. Yeah. Oh! There it is! There it is! So, now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to shoot at it twice. It takes 2 hits with the slingshot, 2 hits with the sword, but you're going to get items and swords later that can kill them with 1 hit. So now we're going to have to climb up and get the token. Getting those tokens can be a pain because sometimes you're going to be able to kill the Skulltula but not get the token. You need the boomerang to get tokens that you can't reach, and we're going to get it in quite a while, so don't expect to see it soon. So first, oh yeah, there's this chest here. Wonder what's inside, maybe some rupees, hopefully. Nope, still a recovery heart while it was full. Wonderful. Anyway, we're gonna use our Deku stick again. Gotta go down there, not fall in the deeper water, else the fire is gonna go out, of course, and you're gonna have to do it again. So you have to do what I did just here. Another Deku Scrub. Let's reflect its own Deku Nut back at him. Come on, come here, come here, come here. Because that's something else. You gotta play tag after you beat them. Anyway, he's gonna give us a hint about this dungeon. Oh yeah, it's the one who tells you how to get to the boss's room. The order is 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. It's always the same order, by the way, and I think this Deku Scrub here is quite the Michael Jordan fan to make up a clue like that. 23 is number 1. Now let's just shoot this real quick to make the door open. And yeah, the reason why I made that joke was because Michael Jordan was still active back when this game was made, which was a while ago. It was released in 1998. Anyway, this room introduces us to water. Now, swimming doesn't work like in Mario at all. You float for the most part, though you can dive underwater for a short duration of time, which is what we're going to do. To hit this switch, lower the water level, then head back as quickly as possible, get on the platform, and go under this bar that's full of spikes, because you can't get across while the water levels up. Actually, you probably can, but it would probably involve ways that the game designers didn't think of, like glitches and stuff. Anyway, now we're gonna have to beat this Skulltula here if I want to be able to push this block to gain access to the alcove. 3 rupees! Sweet! Sort of like seeing more than 1 rupee come out of enemies. Okay, yeah, I know. By the way, in future releases of this game, they changed the logo that was on those blocks, because as you're going to see, this one here looks like a Muslim symbol of some sort. I don't really know what it is, because I'm not a specialist of religions, so I'd rather not venture into that territory. But anyway, they changed it to not offend anyone, even though to my knowledge they never had massive complaints about that logo. Okay, let's beat this sucker here. Thanks for the Deku Nuts. So now, they're upping the difficulty here. We have 2 torches to light. How am I going to do that? Yeah, not hard at all. But then again, it's mostly because I've played this game so many times already. Let's get some money while we're here. Thank you. And this room, you don't want to go in the center because, those things can be awkward to fight sometimes. Let's hit it. And let's hit it. Oh, I fell for it again, and now I got hit. Wonderful. Let's hit it one more time, and that's the end of it. But yeah, you don't want to go in the center of this room because otherwise Goma eggs are going to fall from the ceiling, and they're going to turn into Goma larvas, and I'm all for fighting as little enemies as possible. Now there are 2 spider webs, which we're going to burn with the Deku Stick. This one here, you need bombs and the boomerang to get everything that's in there, so we can't go in there quite yet, so that means we'll be coming back to this dungeon at a later date. By the way, spoilers, it's a gold Skulltula that's behind that abominable wall. Anyway, we're almost out of time, so we're going to stop here for now. Next time on Ocarina of Time, we're going to finish off the Deku Tree. In that way.